Hey guys, so a few weeks ago while we were preparing for Josh to get ready to go out on his guided hunts, he guides in Arizona on the Strip every year. Usually it's a couple weeks in August, a couple weeks in September. It's just kind of, it just depends on where he gets booked, but he's gone a lot. And it is really hard on me. Last year, I'll start out by telling you a story about how last year went. It was tough. Okay, so hopefully I'll remember all the things that happened. I really should have wrote them down, but I was like in a survival mode. Like I was literally just surviving. Trying to get through day to day. We have two kids, as you guys know, 16 and 17 now. Then it would have been 15 and 16. And we are going through a lot of growing pains, changing into this new world. We're full-time doing this, YouTube and guiding, and then I do some stuff on the side too. But it's been a big change. We don't have somebody paying us a check guaranteed every 2 weeks. Like we are having to hustle. So last year he headed out on his hunt, and we have a Land Rover. It's a little bit older, a good car. Love my car. I'll be sad if we ever let it go. Josh is actually working on fixing it up so that it can be his strip mobile. That didn't sound good. What I mean is the Arizona Strip vehicle. So anyway, last year I'm driving to get breakfast for the kids, and this giant white cloud of smoke comes out the back of my car. And I don't know anything about cars. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I should stop right there, if I can limp it to a parking lot. I don't know anything. So I'm freaking out. I already have high anxiety when it comes to vehicles and then breaking down, just because I feel like I need to learn how to just take care of them, and that would probably kill that anxiety. But I didn't know what to do. A big white cloud's coming out. I park it in the closest parking lot. It was a church parking lot that I could get it to. And I was trying to call people that I knew. I was just like in a hard spot. It was the weekend, nobody was around. So we parked it there. I called my daughter. She came up. Luckily it wasn't very far away, and comes, gets me. She's just got a little beater car. It's her first car. We weren't gonna do anything super nice for a 16-year-old that's learning how to drive anyway. So it's not super reliable either. And we're down to one vehicle. I get usually 1 or 2 phone calls from Josh like every other day or so, because there's really like no phone service out on the Strip. There's a couple places that you can find, and you have to drive to them. So, and depending on where he's hunting, he could be an hour away from that spot. So the calls are few and far between. I get a call from him, and I'm like in panic mode. This is my only vehicle. It's broke down. What do? I got to get it out of this parking lot. Of course, like all the worst case scenarios are like totally taking over. So that doesn't help. I totally have to get a grip on all that stuff, because that really does like compact. If you are just thinking doom and gloom and you're thinking, oh, worst case scenario, I promise you, every freaking thing that can go wrong will. So try to stay out of that mindset. Luckily, I found Kevin. He was able to come and save my butt. Well, let me back up because I'm forgetting part of it. I came home. This is already, we're like late in the afternoon, so I'm like starting dinner at this point, cooking. I get a phone call, and it is the St. George PD. And I'm like, holy crap, are you kidding me? Like, I literally just parked it in this little church parking lot. There's actually a park, like a public park connected to this church. I'm just parked there. I put it in the way back so it wasn't in anyone's way. I wrote a note in the window that said, if this is in the way, please call me, and I'll figure something else out. So anyways, they called the police. The police are getting ready to tow it. He's giving me like 10 minutes to get up there and figure something out. That's where I was able to get Kevin. Kevin Klein saved my butt that day. He got a tow trailer from one of his friends and came up there, loaded the Land Rover on it and brought it down. I guess it was something with the gaskets. Like, they thought it was like a head gasket, which is super not good. It's like a death sentence for your vehicle, I think. So the Rover was done. I didn't have the Rover to drive. My daughter was needing to go to the doctor to get blood drawn the next morning. So we're using her little Ranger truck and go to her doctor's appointment. She's driving. She's a brand new driver. She literally just got, well, no, she didn't even have her driver's license yet. She had her permit, and as long as an adult was in the car, she was good to be driving. But so we're driving home, and some DA decided he was gonna blow through a red light, hits us. She's driving, and I have, like I told you, I have this thing with vehicles breaking down, car wrecks, like all of that. And so I totally like attracted that to myself. I know I did. He hits us, we spin through the intersection, and I'm just like stunned. I'm like, what just happened? Because she was yielding on a light. She totally had the right of way. He just decided not to stop. She was out in the middle of the road. She had to get out and make her turn. So anyways, he hits us. I'm just like in a daze. We're close to a Maverick. I have her drive to a Maverick. I really don't know what is the deal with the car. Is it moving? Are we good? Because I know if you get in a wreck, everybody, here's a public service announcement. Don't just stay right where you're at unless it's like horrible and really bad. Move your vehicle out of the way. So we got our truck out of the way, and I get out and I'm looking, and it's like a miracle. Like, really, her headlight was kind of dented in. There was like no damage. So thank God our angels were there. That happened. If I could think back, there were so many things that just kept happening, and I was all by myself. Which is like, you know, like if you're doing it by yourself, you're afraid of all the bad things happening. And they sure did. So, point of that story is it is hard to be a guide's wife. It's hard to be a hunter's wife. Even if they're gone like on a 2-week jaunt for a deer hunt and they don't leave any other time of the year, whatever. Those 2 weeks, if you have kids and you're on your own, and like for us, we don't have family that lives here. We are literally on our own. A lot of our friends don't have kids yet, so they don't really understand that whole kind of dynamic. I really did feel super alone. No family to help. So I'm just like kind of in crisis mode. Luckily, there was a few other things that happened. I can't remember them, but luckily I survived. I got through it, and I learned a lot of great lessons from that. I need to be more positive. I need to believe in myself more. I need to plan better. Just a whole bunch of things that I could do better. Obviously, having a brand new vehicle would be ideal, but that isn't where we're at right now. We've had that life. We've had the nice cars. We've done all that. And for us now, our dreams are so much more important than driving a brand new car. If you guys have heard of the Total Money Makeover, that's what we practice. That's what we're doing. I highly suggest it. Get this book and read it. It's by Dave Ramsey, and he just kind of like helps you really get a grip on your money and understand how to spend it and not be stupid like we used to be. So yeah, that would have been a great thing to have, is a brand new vehicle, but that wasn't the way it was for us. So anyhow, I'm getting off on a tangent a little bit, but I did a post on Instagram, it was a few days ago. Josh left August, I think 17th. He had his own hunt that he had to go on, a deer hunt, which is about 2-3 hours away from here. And we've got the 2 kids, so I am chained to this house. I needed to get them to school, you know, just keep the fort held down. So he left on his hunt. He did his hunt. He had to come back in between his hunt to do one of his guides out on the Kaibab, which was a 10-day hunt. So he came home for 1 day. Literally, that is always like a freaking tornado for me. He comes home, he's like after I've been home by myself for like 2 weeks, whatever, I get into like a really strict routine. The house is clean at night, spotless. Like, I do things super like planned out. I plan everything. I'm prepared for the next day. I know what's coming. And then he comes home and it's like, that all goes out the window, and we all just kind of lose track of how great we were like flowing, which is fine. We love him. But it's kind of like we're getting him restocked. We're getting his laundry done. We're getting him ready to go. And I'm trying to remember everything I needed to say, like the sprinkler head broke, this broke, I need you to fix the dishwasher, whatever it is that happened while he's gone, which there's always things like that happen. And I've learned how to fix some of them. But like the sprinkler head and stuff, I didn't know how to fix that. That broke. So I'm trying to remember everything while he's here for that 24 hours. And it is like a tornado. And then he's gone again. And then I get us back into our routine. We're getting up, getting breakfast. I'm working all day. I am cranking stuff out. I get so many orders out. I do custom children's art and interior design and stuff as my source of income. And so I am super like, I get stuff done when he's not here. But I miss him like hell. It is so hard because we do a lot together. Like, now that we're both on the same team, I'm at home, he's at home for his job. We're together a lot, and we do the gym every morning together. Just all of that kind of stuff. So it's like 2 different lives. You have to like slip back into each one as he's coming and going, which makes it really hard because change, for everybody, change is hard. But for someone like me, change is really hard. I like to know what to expect. Like I told you, I like to plan ahead. So we get him back on the road and he's gone. We're back in our habits and stuff, but staying home alone at night, I don't like to do that. I have a loaded gun by my bed that I sleep with. I know that I'm safe, but my mind and ears play tricks on me and I hear stuff. And so literally I'll wake up like 15 times a night because I heard something. And I even sleep with earplugs. So I don't get good sleep when he's gone. It's hard. And what I was talking about is the Instagram post. I posted about being home for 14 days alone and missing him, and how do you guys get through it? Like, what do you guys do? And a lot of you said your kids, which is exactly for me. My kids, since day one, have always been what get me through till he gets home, because I'm distracted. Keeping busy is key. As long as I'm busy and I'm doing stuff, which I'm a busybody anyways, it's pretty easy for me to stay busy. I'm pretty good. Keeping busy, a lot of people were like, spend time with your kids, keep busy with your kids. My kids have always kept me busy. They've been the key. But now that they're a little older, I find myself sitting in this house by myself, and I'm like, what is the point of me being here? I'm totally just sitting here, not doing what I want to do. I want to be out hunting too. I want to be on the mountain. I want to be glassing. I want to be scouting. I want to be out doing all that stuff too. But I realized that my first job is being their mom. And I also know that I only have a short period of time left of that. So I'm not trying to like sell that down the road and cut that job off early at all. But like I said, sitting here in a house by yourself and it's quiet and there's nobody around, nothing to do. Everybody that is your friends are in the hills doing what you want to do. So it is very isolating. I can't wait for the day that I can be out there. I'm not trying to rush my kids out the door, but I like to be going. I love to be out in the elements and adventuring. It is what feeds my soul. So like I said, a lot of you guys said to keep yourself busy with kids, crafts. I do that. And a lot of you could just relate that it's just hard. It is, it's sad to be without your best buddy and doing the day-to-day things that you do. He misses out on a lot of those activities at school, games. Last year he was guiding on a hunt and we had an award ceremony for our son that does our OTC that he missed. So that's hard. All of that kind of stuff is hard. And you want to know why we keep doing it? Is because it's our dream. It is our dream to live this life. And if you want to live your dreams, it's hard. It's really hard. And you have to absolutely be 100% committed to that dream. You have to be fully anchored to it. And all the hard stuff that will come, because it will. You have to be able to weather it. You have to be able to be a team. You have to be able to work through it. I pick up where he leaves off. He's out making our family money. I'm here keeping our family going. I'm keeping the house going. I'm keeping the bills paid, the lights on, with the money that he's making us. So you definitely have to be a team to make this kind of life work. And it's not for everybody. So like there's a lot of other women, I totally understand. They go a lot longer without their husbands than I do. And so when I start complaining about the 2-3 weeks that I go, or it's been like 4 weeks before, I feel bad because I know that there are a lot of women that have to go much longer than that. And that's a huge sacrifice for them, whether it be for their job or for their husbands that are serving our country. Thank you. It is hard to be a guide's wife, but it's worth it. It's worth it because I know that it is leading us down the path that our life is just going to be great. If you guys are wanting to start something like this, start being your own boss, doing your own thing, whether it be guiding, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you want to be an artist on your own time and not work for somebody. I say go for it and be fully committed to it. If you're going to do it, you need to go all in and you need to love it, first of all, because loving what you're doing is key. If you aren't in love and passionate with what you're doing, when the first storm comes, you're done. Your boat, you're sunk, you're done. You'll give up and you'll go find a job that you're going to work at and hate. And if that's how you want to live, then that's how you want to live. I think that the people that follow their dreams and make stuff happen, they they're one-of-a-kind type of people. I'm off on like 100 different topics here, talking about a lot of different things. Motivation, staying positive is what helps me get through. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Reading books that bring about positive thoughts. I only watch TV shows that are funny or that are positive, motivating type shows. I don't watch the news. I don't watch, I have to admit, I used to watch like crime shows, but I don't do that anymore. I let those go because I feel like whether you realize it or not, the negativity that you're seeing in the show does affect you. It affects you, even if it's in the tiniest amount, it does affect you. So we steer clear of like horror shows and things like that. I read a lot of books. One of the first ones you should start out reading is The Secret, and then go to The Magic, and then go, I think it's called The Power. Those 3 books are total game changers. If you read them and you totally go all in and practice what they are telling you to do, you can't fail. You flat out can't, won't, ain't gonna happen. You won't fail. You have to do it every single day. And when you feel yourself getting negative, like what I was telling you earlier about just doom and gloom and knowing that all this bad stuff's gonna happen, and it does. So you just need to know good stuff is supposed to happen to me. I have a little button on my phone, a reminder on my iPhone, pops up every single day, and it says, good things are supposed to happen to me. It totally recenters me, says, okay, if I was thinking about something negative or if something was bringing me down, because things do bring me down, like especially when people say mean things to you on social media, stuff like that, it does affect you, and you have to develop a really thick shell to that. I'm still working on that. I am a people pleaser, and so I'm always seeking that approval, and I am teaching myself I don't need that approval. I don't need anybody's approval but mine. And so you guys, I hope that if you guys struggle with that at all, that you remember that ultimately it only matters how you feel, what you think about you, and what you're doing. And it could take you days, months, years, whatever, but that is a skill that you need to master in life, no matter what you're doing. That's key, is just being positive and putting yourself around people that are positive. That's super important. You have to hang around people that are going to be bringing light into your life. If you've got somebody in your life that is always talking about bad stuff and always like, sad or down, I would suggest trying to help them, but you can only help them so much before it really starts to affect you and affects your progress and affects you doing good things and having good things come into your life. Distance yourself from that. Surround yourself with good people that have the same kind of goals as you, because they will motivate you. We have quite a few friends that it's a small circle, so I guess I can't say quite a few, of people that are like-minded like us, that I know are 100% committed to what they're doing. They love what they're doing. They're positive people. They get it. And then the other friends we have, they're kind of on the outside of that circle. They're still our friends. We love them. And we still spend time with them and everything else. But the ones that have goals like you are the ones that are going to help you get ahead. They're the ones that are going to motivate you. You're going to see them doing good, and you're going to want to do good. And it's not about competition. It's it is about motivation. And I mean, I think that competition like kind of gets a bad rap. Competition is good in certain ways, but like we've had friends who we thought were like our best friends. We did all kinds of stuff together, barbecued on the weekends. We really enjoyed the same things like shed hunting. And those people, we didn't realize it at the time, but they were really in bad places in their lives. Super negative, looked at everything really in a bad light, put a lot of people down, and that's not who Josh and I are or ever want to be. But just being around that, we didn't realize it at the time, but that's basically who we were, because that's who we were surrounding ourselves with. Nothing good comes from that. I strongly recommend telling somebody that you don't know every single day, just some random person, something nice that you genuinely think, like, I really like your earrings, thank you for helping me so fast, whatever. To put that kind of stuff out only brings that back to you. Kindness for kindness. And so, like, what I'm saying is, make sure that you're around good people. I have, like on Instagram, the accounts that they make to drag the people that are busting their butts down. Man, that says a lot about you and your life. You really don't have anything better to do than to make a meme and make fun of how somebody did their hunt. Who are you to decide? Like, literally, none of us can judge each other. We all get to pick how we want to do this. It's not up to me to say, you didn't do that right. You should do it this way, this way, this way, and this way, and this is the only right way. There's not only one right way. To be critical to somebody about that, I don't need you in my life. I don't need that. You guys at home, you don't need that. You have to learn to shut that stuff off. I feel like a lot of those trolls do that because they're miserable. They see somebody being successful, and it is hard. Like I told you, it's super freaking hard. And most people aren't committed to working that hard. Most people aren't committed to the sacrifice that that's going to take. Like for Josh and I, we have sacrificed everything. We've actually lost family because of following our dreams, and it's heartbreaking, but I feel like there's certain points where you just have to draw the line. You have to cut that out of your life. And certain people, just because they're family, doesn't mean that you have to have them in your everyday life. It doesn't mean you have to talk to them. If they are bringing toxicity to your life, then you have to be strong enough to say, I don't need that. That's not helping me get where I'm going, and cut that out. There are certain people in your life that are only meant to be there for a certain stretch of time to teach you something. If you look back in your life and think, you kind of like cycle through people a little bit. You're still friends with them. There might be a point where like you guys were like doing everything together, blah, 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 blah. You're best friends, whatever, and you just kind of grow apart because you start doing something different, they start doing something different, they move, jobs take them away, whatever it is. Those people were in your life at that point, I believe, for a very specific reason. And they may come back into your life later down the road, but don't let people anchor you down. Like, stay on your path. Stay true to what you want. Write down your goals. Like, keep a list of goals. I have a bulletin board. If you read The Secret, you'll know all about what I'm talking about. But I have a vision board, and you just put pictures of stuff that are goals. You can write your goals, whatever you want. You just put it on this board, see it every day, think about it, put it in your mind, and you attract that stuff to yourself. I wholeheartedly believe that. Yesterday, this is a funny one. There's a peach pie, fresh peach pie. They make it for 2 weeks in our town, this little bakery, and everybody in St. George wants one. I think they make like 30 a day. So like you have to be calling right when they open, and then you get your name on the list. And 30 people goes by pretty quick. So yesterday, Josh was out guiding, and I had a lot going on. We were selling our truck. So I don't have a vehicle to drive. I needed to go get a rental. I was trying to orchestrate everything, trying to get the kids to school. It was just a hectic morning, and I was like, I'm gonna get my pie, because I just remembered I've got to do that. I don't even know if this is the right dates. I don't know if I've missed it. Called them, phone's busy. Called it, hung up, called back, hung up, called back. You have to call at 9 o'clock in the morning. It just kept on being busy. So I tried it one more time, and I got through. And it's like winning a contest on the radio. So anyway, she's like, I put my order in. She's like, oh, awesome. It's the last day, and you got the last pie. I totally willed that to myself. I feel like by staying positive and being kind and bringing good things happen to you. So I've been off on a tangent here. I've bounced around. I don't know how many episodes that I've produced now, but I'm just kind of talking. It's actually therapeutic to just sit here and talk about what I'm doing, and it helps because it kind of goes back to you're alone a lot when your husband's guiding and the kids are at school right now. So basically I'm talking to an audience of I don't know how many. That's how I'm picturing it. Hopefully some of you guys can relate to me. And I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that if you are trying to be a better person, that you will do that and that you will stay with it and you will succeed. Just keep at it. Surround yourself with good people, and good things will come to you if you just stay on track. Thanks everybody for listening and tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate you following us. I'm happy to have been able to bring hopefully somebody, at least one of you, some perspective and some motivation to start living better and getting on track and knowing that there is literally no cap to what you want in this life. We are all able to achieve the same things. There is more than enough out there for all of us. Like, I don't need to worry that you're gonna have more YouTube subscribers than me, whatever. It doesn't matter. There is more than enough. There's gonna be people that like what I'm doing more than what you might be doing, and there's gonna be people that like you more than me. Totally fine. That's great. We're all different. So put your stuff out there. If this is something that you wanna do, turn that camera on and do it. Video yourself doing it. I've come up with this thing in my head where if I ask myself, should I video that? I should be videoing that. For sure, hands down. I struggled with turning the camera on forever because I was like, oh, maybe this isn't that important. Maybe nobody will care. Just overthinking it. Don't overthink stuff and just do it. That's it. Just like Nike says, just do it. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it.